It all started with a love for coloring inside the lines. As a kid, I would spend hours hunched over coloring books, crayons clutched in my hand, filling in each image with meticulous care. That passion for creating soon evolved into a desire to draw my own worlds. Roses are a popular subject for artists of all skill levels. Their complex shapes and beautiful petals can be a challenge to capture, but they're also very rewarding to draw. When starting a rose drawing, it can be helpful to break down the flower into basic shapes. The core of a rose is often round or oval, and the petals can be thought of as long, thin ovals that radiate outwards. Using a pencil is a great way to sketch out the basic shapes of your rose. Lighter pencil lines allow you to easily erase and adjust your drawing as you go. Once you're happy with your pencil sketch, you can start to add darker lines and details with a pen. Once you have a basic idea of the structure of the flower, you can start to add details like shading and texture. Here's some tips for using a pen to draw a rose. Start with a light touch and gradually build up the pressure to create darker lines. Use short, hatching strokes to create shading and texture. Be careful not to overwork your drawing, as pen can be difficult to erase. Of course, there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to art. The most important thing is to experiment and find what works best for you. So let your creativity flow and have fun drawing your rose. Here are some other things you can consider while drawing your rose. What kind of rose are you drawing? There are many different varieties of roses, each with its own unique shape and color. What is the lighting like in your drawing? The way light hits the rose will affect how you shade it. What is the mood of your drawing? Are you going for a realistic look, or something more stylized? By considering these factors, you can create a rose drawing that is both beautiful and unique. It all started with a love for coloring inside the lines. As a kid, I would spend hours hunched over coloring books, crayons clutched in my hand, filling in each image with meticulous care. That passion for creating soon evolved into a desire to draw my own worlds. I graduated from crayons to pencils, my sketchbooks filling with fantastical creatures and landscapes. Over the years, my skills continued to develop. I learned shading techniques to give my drawings depth and dimension. I experimented with different mediums. Charcoal for a moody feel. Pastels for a softer touch. But throughout it all, there was one thing that remained constant: my love for drawing. Feeling confident with the pencil work, I reach for my red pen. With a careful hand, I begin to outline the rose, the smooth flow of ink mimicking the graceful lines of the flower. The room is quiet except for the soft scratch of the pen against the paper. Time seems to melt away as I become completely absorbed in the process. As I take a step back to admire my work, a feeling of satisfaction washes over me. The rose on the paper may not be perfect, but it captures the essence of the flower, its beauty, its fragility, its strength. And that, for me, is what art is all about.